Yes, I am in fact still doing this project, believe it or not. I finished my semester. I basically just vanished the entire semester, at least to you guys, but sorry about that. Life happened, I got a boyfriend, very exciting stuff, but meaning I have less time, not only to wear makeup, but especially to film. I don't think I ever did a update where I showed where I was restarting. A couple months back I did my Frankening video where I basically made all new frankens for this project and then I just never updated y'all. I can show a picture of what the eyeshadows look like that were in this palette last time. However, they are no longer in this palette because I finally did it, y'all. I finally did it. I finally depotted my entire eyeshadow collection. And I mean my entire eyeshadow collection. So right now I made a custom palette in here and that video will come eventually. But I also did declutter a few things in that video and a lot of those things are in this project. Y'all, I forgot to mention, this project was created by Jessica Lee, Amanda D, I think someone else. All the information will be in the description, but really fun project pan. Anyone can join anytime. There's no end date. It's just panning Franken products. Obviously up my alley. But I did declutter a few things in this project. Let's start with the first one, which probably won't be a surprise. So I created this Franken lip gloss. You know how I really didn't like the lip gloss? And then I was like, oh, I'll add a lipstick to make the color prettier. I mean, I still don't like the gloss. It just looked weird. If I have a picture, I will show it. I only tried it like once or twice and I was like, absolutely not, I'm done. This formula, it just, I've talked about how I don't like it in the past. Changing the color sat weird on my lips. Thinking about trying to pan this sounds miserable and I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, I'm gonna show a picture of what the eyeshadows look like in here right after I did that Franken video. And then I took a picture of what they technically look like now before I rearranged things. And then when I show you the shadows individually, they will be in this little tin that I also made into a magnetic palette. So, pretty nice, right? Until you realize that that's like 4 months of progress for products that are not very full. And also fragrance, so they should be like easier because they're not like machine pressed and stuff and half full, all that jazz. So I didn't use them that much because I didn't wear eyeshadow that much this past semester. I just didn't have time. I was too tired. Let's start with this deep bluey purple shade. Really pretty, but it just kept falling on my face when I used it, and so I didn't want to use it outside the house and kind of limits my options. I only used this 4 times, so I doubt it's gonna look any different. This is one of the ones that I'm decluttering. Second one is also another one I'm decluttering, but I used it 5 times. I know these numbers crazy high. I hit pan because again these are really thin. Pretty shade. I just realized I have shades like this that are way better. This lasting power is negligible. Like, it's not even that amazing from the start. But use it 5 times, very pretty. But I'd rather just, my mindset has changed. I used to just want to pan at all the oldest stuff, but now I'm just like, I just want to use what I have. Because, especially because I don't wear makeup as often now, it's like, when I wear makeup, I don't want to wear my old Frankens. I want to wear the newer stuff, the fun, the stuff that I haven't used that much to experiment with and get more familiar with it. So that's why I'm just like, why bother wasting time here when I could be using other things? So, sorry if that disappoints you, I guess, but I'm in less of a panning mindset because I haven't really been tempted to buy anything in a long time. Like, not truly tempted. So maybe that's why my mindset has changed as well. I feel like panning made sense when I constantly wanted to buy things. It gave me something to focus on other than shopping, kind of like something to distract myself, but now I don't really need that distraction. Number 3 is a shade I used 4 times, but I am keeping it, and it is this really pretty light purple shade. I have similar shades to this, but I just find this really pretty, and there's barely any in there, and I just want to finish it up because I'm still enjoying it. But I am decluttering this next shade, which I only used once, and y'all be familiar with this if you've been here a while. It's this Frankengreen. You know I love greens. You know I love greens. But I have plenty of greens I like better than this one. I don't know what accent that was a little weird. I just was tired of this. I have better eyeshadows, ones that I like better. Very similar reasoning to this kind of mauve shade, especially because these two are like the biggest pans, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that. The 4th shade is something that I used 5 times, and I am keeping this one. It is another green, but it is this matte shade, and I'm keeping it because when I did wear makeup to school a few times, I did enjoy using a thin fluffy brush and kind of smudging this vague wing shape with this green, just like a really light washer green. It's not the most pigmented, but I did enjoy it, and I'm like, if I decide later that I'm sick of it, then I will get rid of it. But keeping the green, and I hit pan, even though it's a little pan because I usually focused in the center. But the next shade is another one that I'm keeping, and it is something that I used 8 times. It is this light pink shade. Is it the most amazing formula ever? No. Do I find it pretty and enjoy it? Yes. And clearly I enjoyed it because gaping pan. I did a really pretty look using this pink, this purple, and then a light blue I am using for my Pan of Green Gables project pan, and that was yesterday. And it was like pink, purple, and then blue, and then I did the dark blue, another one I'm panning as outliner. The next one is something that I used quite a bit as well. I mean, I only used it 7 times, but everything's relative. Look at this big pan. Definitely keeping this one. The thing is, I basically made a second one of these. I think it's gonna be included in that depotting video. One of the shades in the palette is like pinky peachish. I used it once and I didn't really like it because it wasn't shimmery enough. I franked it with that blue-brown shade, added a bit of a matte, and now it's like this satiny shimmer. It looks really strange. Here is the swatch on my arm, so it's like a rosy brown. It's not whatever this looks like in the pan, and it's basically a dupe. I just prefer this shimmery shade in the crease. It's like not super shimmery. Sorry, I thought I just like got makeup on my sleeve. There's makeup stains on my door. Earlier I was walking out and I noticed I had fingerprints with eyeshadow on my door, and that's honestly just, it makes sense. You know, it would be weird if that wasn't the case, right? Like, there's just a smudge of like pink eyeshadow on my door. I just have grubby little hands that gets into makeup. My brain is not focusing, but it's fine. Something that I used 6 times and I am keeping is this rosy matte shade, and I really enjoyed using this. I paired it with the pink, paired it with the purple, I think I paired it with the green and some other things I'm panning. And I did hit pan the last time I used it. I am enjoying it, and that's why I'm not decluttering it. And then the last matte I am decluttering, not because I'm not enjoying it, but because it's just that version but warmer. I don't lean towards warmer shades as much. I say this with orange eyeshadow on my face. This one's much more full, and I just don't have the same, I'm not motivated to do that. You know, these are all made of old shadows, and again, I have shades, similar vibe already. I don't need to waste my time here, you know? But I did use this 4 times. Alright guys, so it's editing Anna at 1 in the morning, and I'm looking back at these pictures, and I'm like, it looks better when I use the warmer pink compared to the cooler pink. At least I prefer those looks. So I want to switch them out, but I hit pan on the other both? Should I choose the other one? What do I do? Why am I she's indecisive. She can't decide. Help. I used this once. I did not use this at all. Because I realized right after I made it that I low-key hate it. The last thing in this project is something I used 26 times, and that is the contour 26 times in 4 months. This is going way slower than I thought it would. I can't use it too much or else it'll just... I have to use a fluffy brush and then tap off the excess or else I'll look muddy. I think I still can get this done by the end of the year, and that's my ultimate goal. That is everything for this project. I put everything I'm decluttering on the top here so you can see this is what I'm going to be working on. Ignore the unaesthetic way it's laid out. But yeah, say goodbye to these guys so I can just focus on these, get them out, and then I don't think I'm going to do this project next year just because I'm changing my mindset. I'm changing my preferences. I don't think I'm going to be as like a hardcore panner. I want to make more videos that are like making my own palettes, or like I want to eventually do a project where I use every single shadow in my collection at least once. So yeah, I want more like usage goals and stuff like that. Finishing things up for eyeshadow doesn't seem super practical or super fun to me. I do enjoy panning. I do like kind of force myself to use colors, and when I'm like, I get creative and inspired. Like it took me a while to think of the pink to purple to blue gradient of like all the pale shimmers, and it was really pretty, and I wouldn't have thought of that unless if I was panning those shades for a while. So there are pros and cons, but I digress. Whew, I gotta be done. So check out everyone else who's doing this project. I'm sure they're updating way more often than I am and are way more committed to this than I am. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you stay tuned for all the exciting videos coming up because I'm really excited to post them. It's just there's a lot to edit. There's a lot of footage. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have an amazing day.